Hi everyone, I'm Katie. I follow a raw vegan lifestyle and I wanted to share with you today what's in my fridge. And I think it's really important, especially right now. We're just getting into March and the winter is slowly ebbing away. Some fruits are finally coming into season. It's pretty much a lean time as far as produce goes. So I think it's really important to see what's in a fridge if you're interested in a lifestyle like this, and how am I getting through the week with what I have in there. Now, I became raw vegan in February 2017. February, when there's nothing to eat. And that's what I thought at the time. I was like, what am I gonna eat? In the summer would probably be better, but I was sick and tired of the way things were going, and I knew if I put off and procrastinate changing to what I know I need to do, it would just be harder later on. So I'm like, I don't care if it's February, we're doing this now. And it really helped me to see what other people were doing who were following the raw vegan lifestyle. What was in their fridge? How are they doing meal planning? So I want to share that with you so I can be a help to you as well. And I got most of my really good information from people who have been doing this for many, many years. So I knew when they opened their fridge door that what I was seeing inside was probably authentic, and they probably had a great plan, and there wasn't going to be any waste, because I cannot stand waste. I just come from I don't know how many years of going to grocery stores and buying things like kale because I knew they were good for me, but I didn't really know how to utilize them. So a lot of it would wilt and go bad in my fridge, which made me absolutely crazy. Made me want to not buy it anymore, even though I knew that I should. So I can't stand waste. And I also don't want to show you something fake. My fridge is real, it's used. When I open it up, you're gonna see that it's not perfectly clean either. So this is the reality of my life now. I'm also not perfect, because if I had this absolutely perfect and down pat, and I make mistakes every week, this fridge would have a lot more greens in it than it does today. This means, because there's not so many, I'm gonna have to go out 2 times this week instead of 1 time for grocery shopping. So please learn from me to get enough greens at the start of your week and really plan your meals a little bit better than I did, because I needed probably twice as much as in there. You'll also see that the entire family is not fully raw. There are things in that fridge for my boys and my husband that they still use. We're still working towards that, but I'm not going to really push for it because we don't have any immediate health concerns that we have to address right now. So transitioning gently for them, I think, is a lot better in the long term. Also, I want to say something really important here. I keep talking about the raw vegan lifestyle, and this is not a diet. And some people have approached it like a diet, and they don't do too well when they do that. There's so many diets out there. There are always diets out there. I've been bombarded with it since I was a little girl about this diet and that diet. And remember Garfield, the comic strip? He was the first to say, that I ever heard, to say the word die is in diet, and diet's also a 4-letter word. So it's doubly bad. Diets like he did with the chain and the padlock across the fridge. It's miserable. It doesn't make you feel good. Yes, you lose weight, you might look great for a while, but it's not sustainable, because if you're feeling guilty and you're having to work hard at it, it's not a lifestyle, and you're not going to keep this up for 2, 20, 40 years for the rest of your life. For the most part, the majority of the population just doesn't want to do that because it's not fun. And I'm all about bringing joy, and lifestyle has the word life in it. This is joyful for me. I feel good about it. And you should feel good. You should feel joyful. You should feel healthy. Know that your health is improving. Know that your energy and vitality is coming back. And that's what spurs you on. If you have a weight issue, the weight goes back to what it should be for your body type without you even trying. That's a lifestyle. That's sustainable. So I want to encourage all of you who are trying diets like I did in the past to really think about this and wrap your mind about it. Is what you're doing a diet, or is it truly a lifestyle? Can you really envision yourself doing this 5, 10, 20 years from now and doing it happily, regardless of the results? So say you didn't get any results at all, would you still be able to do it happily? And that's really, really important to me. So let's get to what's in my fridge so I can show you where I'm at this week and take a look. All right, by no means is my fridge perfect or spotlessly clean. This is a used fridge. This is a family fridge, so there's a lot of stuff going on all the time. So let's start at the top. I have some non-raw items that I use, especially for my boys because they're still transitioning. I tend to keep some extra fruits up here. We've got Earth Balance up there, supplements for ourselves and our pets. I keep my herbs in jars like this with water, and no, I'm not doing a hydroponics experiment. You can't do that in the fridge anyway. This helps fresh herbs last so much longer. They do really well in the fridge like this. Just put them in the door or the top shelf. This next shelf right here is just for the kids so they can help themselves to whatever healthy snacks they want. Down here is also for the kids. I don't think I've used these in forever. That's for if anybody has a fever. And then we have some arnica gel down here that's nice and cooled because they both still fight with ice packs. So if they ever get a little bump or boo-boo, they're perfectly fine with me doing that. These are lemons from my parents' yard in Tucson. So blessed to have all those. I have this humongous 15-pound bag of carrots, and we're going to be juicing those. More carrots up here, purple cauliflower, spinach, my kids' energizing raw cookies there. We've got some coconut flour in back. It's a really good idea to keep your coconut flour and almond flour in your fridge if you can. I need another fridge. Some celery, bok choy, romaine, some beets, red cabbage, coconuts. I cannot live without my pico de gallo. I love that stuff. It's really been a staple for me this winter. We've got some avocados. Now, I will let my avocados sit out. And then when they're soft, just the perfect ripeness, then I put them in the fridge. I have zucchini, leftover red onion, cucumber, more zucchini in the back, ginger and turmeric, and my bell peppers because they're at the peak of ripeness now, so they're going to stay in there. Have some powders left over from when I got a really good deal on those, parsley, watermelon, strawberries, blueberries, some white miso. Are some lemons that I cut up that I still need to finish using those. My chia seeds, my other nuts and seeds I keep in the freezer, but these I'm using so often they're in the fridge. And this is some cashew sauce that I made the other day. I have a bit of a mishmash here, but we've got some dates left over that I've somehow managed to hide from my husband because he loves those. Some extra things to put in our smoothies like maca powder, and found a great deal on unsulfured apricots. That's amazing. And excuse the recycling. So watermelon does not have to be refrigerated, neither does honeydew, cantaloupe. Your melons can sit out on the counter for quite a good bit of time. I've had them sit out for about 2 weeks and been okay. But once you cut them open, then you have to refrigerate them. Bananas do absolutely terrible in cold weather, so keep your bananas out. I also like to spread my bananas out throughout the house, so I have several more bunches elsewhere and some even in the garage. Tomatoes also do very poorly in cold temperatures, so those sit out. Have you ever tasted those tomatoes that aren't a ripe, juicy tomato as they appear to be, but they're kind of grainy and weird tasting? That's a tomato usually that's been put in cold temperatures, and they just do not like that, and they do not fare well. Jalapenos, I like them to sit out as well and see if they're going to ripen any bit more, because they're a little bit unripe when you purchase them from the store. Sometimes they'll even turn a beautiful reddish color. And my plantains, since they're in the banana family, they're definitely sitting out until they're black. That's when they're going to be soft enough for me to blend up and use to make raw cinnamon rolls that we absolutely love. As I showed in previous videos, I'm keeping all my orange supply outside while it's still cool enough to utilize that, so I'm not using up fridge space. Thank you so much for watching. This is just a quick overview of what's in my fridge and what I do not keep on my fridge but I keep out instead. If you have any questions or would like me to elaborate more, I will be doing that in future videos, but feel free in the comments below to ask me anything and I will do my best to get back to you right away. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.